Why is meditating so difficult? Well, there could be multiple reasons to this, honestly. The main thing is there are a lot of misconceptions around meditation. When you meditate, it's important to keep in mind, why are you meditating? Okay, is this meditating to calm the mind, calm the body, calm the soul? Is this a meditation to connect with yourself? Is this a meditation to gain more spiritual knowledge? Is this a meditation to potentially connect with the divine? The reason behind the meditation affects what type of meditation that you do. And I don't know if you know this, but there are a plethora of different ways to meditate. A lot of people think that when you meditate, you're just sitting there, arms crossed, legs crossed, with the little hands like this, and you're like, which you can do, but you don't have to do that. Okay, you don't have to sit there and just do your best to not think anything, because if we're gonna be honest here, that is unrealistic. Okay, when you sit there, more than likely thoughts are gonna come to your mind, and what you should really do when that happens is let those thoughts be, acknowledge those thoughts, and then release them. Be like, okay, this is something that I'm thinking, and then release it, and not do your best to be like, okay, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm not thinking about that right now. Just because that's going to make you want to think about it more, you know? However long you stay on that idea is however long you stay on that idea until you figure out a way to release it. Now, on to the different types of meditation. One of my favorite types of meditation is mindfulness meditation. And basically what mindfulness meditation is just being present in the moment, focusing on your body, how it feels in that moment. It really is bringing yourself back to reality, and it has a lot of grounding techniques behind it. And I use this type of meditation very often. Another type of meditation is spiritual meditation, and that is meditation to further spiritual and or religious knowledge. You either have your religious text or whatever you're trying to gain more information from, and you're meditating with that knowledge right there. And then we have focused meditation, and focused meditation is just basically focusing on one of or some of your senses, you know, either listening to rain sounds, a dong dinging, focusing on your breathing, counting, one of those things where you're focusing on those senses. And then we have movement meditation, which is probably my next best meditation that I love to do, and that is being active. It's also known as active meditation, by the way. It is just you being active while meditating. And the thing about this is it's usually a movement that doesn't require much thought or much energy, so that way your mind can be doing something else. Part of these practices are yoga and Tai Chi, you know, something where you're doing sort of almost a repetitive task. You could do movement meditation by shuffling cards, honestly, if you wanted to. So it's very almost like a redundant task that allows your brain to kind of go off into its own little space and do something else. So there are different couple of ways. Let me list a couple of more, just so that way you have a list of things where you're like, okay, well, if this meditation doesn't work for me, let me try this one or this one or this one. The next one that I want to talk about is mantra meditation, which is basically just you repeating a mantra over and over and over again. There are several different mantras. There are some mantras where it's like, I am happy, I am whole, I am peaceful, and you just repeat that while you meditate, which is valid. It's perfectly okay. Okay, transcendental meditation, and that is literally you connecting with the divine. It's going outside of yourself and focusing on external sources. I really like meditation that focuses more on the internal and who I am and me connecting to me, but that is literally just me. You do whatever type of meditation you feel most connected to. There is the body scan meditation, which literally the main focus of that is reducing tension around the body. I don't know much about this type of meditation, so if you were to be interested on it, I would say you would have to do research to figure out more. And then there's loving and kindness meditation, which I absolutely love. This one is all about self-compassion, self-love. and it just brings in all these good feelings to the self, which some people really need. Some people really struggle with self-love and self-compassion, which is why this type of meditation exists. And last but not least, the last meditation that I'm going to talk about is visualization meditation, which is basically you sitting there and coming up with visualization in your head in the most accurate details. You're going to try and include all of the senses that you can. Visualization is harder for some people. Some people get it down really easy. I encourage people to practice visualization all of the time just because it comes in handy, you know? But it is definitely not necessary if you're like, visualization is super hard for me and I don't want to do it. There are several other meditations that you can try. So if meditation isn't working for you, number one, what's your main reasoning for meditating? Like, what's your goal here, you know? And then find the meditation that best fits that. Second of all, some people feel really bad about themselves just because they feel like they should be meditating every day. And in a perfect world, that would be the case. It'd be like, okay, we cut out a little sector of our time every day to meditate because meditation is good for you, okay? It helps the soul and the body, and it reduces anxiety and tension, okay? But realistically, we know that that's not the case, and it just can't happen. Life is crazy. Sometimes people get busy, and if you're only able to meditate every once in a while, then you are still valid, and that is a-okay. You know, whenever you're able to meditate, that is perfect. Don't expect yourself to be able to meditate every single day, or even don't expect yourself to be able to meditate for 30 minutes at a time every single day. If you are only able to meditate for like 3 minutes max, then you've done a perfect job, okay? It's okay to not be able to do that for the longest amount of time or every day. Whenever you're able to meditate is fine, because sometimes people's thought of, well, I have to meditate every day, prevents them from being able to meditate. And I don't want people to have those misconceptions or have that hold them back. So those are just some things to keep in mind about meditation.